I'm going to mute myself for a minute.
She's muting herself. I'm just reading about Swamp Rose in chat. We hate to talk about other channels, but I do like Swamp Rose's channel, so that is sad. And I mean, I guess I don't like to talk about negatively about other channels, so I will talk about Swamp Rose because I enjoy her channel. And I don't understand how people can do that. Like, mm, is it AI that must go over the videos or something? Do people not go over the videos? She has longer videos sometimes, I guess her lives, but I mean, yeah, like some of it's just like art and not true crime sometimes. She's talking about other stuff, so I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen to more channels, but that's a
Okay,
weird way to
can I
reflex.
can I get attention in the chat for a minute, please? Can you guys hear me, Sophie?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I got the gentleman that called me the other day about the black truck. Okay, and I've tried to
Okay.
clarify it over and over and over again, and I hope I put him in the right spot here. So, and we're not going to give the name, but I'm going to let him tell the story because you guys know I've told it like at least 12 times, and News Nation is still doing it. So go ahead, sir, and just say hi for a minute. Hi, how are you? And let me see if they can hear you. If you would do that for me first.
Sure. Hello and hi, Rock. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity tonight to get on and tell the story and kind of give clarification to this issue.
Right. Can you guys hear him?
Yes.
Okay, go on, sir. And the floor is yours. Please tell.
Okay. I'll just kind of start at the beginning. And Rock has told the story previously, and she's got all the details correct, with one exception. In the car that night was my wife driving. I was in the front passenger seat, and then I had my mother-in-law and my nephew in the back seat. It's a extended truck.
So I had that wrong. Thank you for clarifying that.
And that was all that you got wrong, Rock. But basically, that night, Monday night, we had been discussing the case, and as women who drive alone, the other members of my family were uncomfortable and feeling unsafe, and so in my effort to comfort them and bring some clarification to the situation, we all decided to drive out there and kind of just look at the area. We live in fairly close proximity to the site where the car was found. And so we got in the car and we drove out there. And on the way there, I'm like, if there's a news crew or something there, we're not going to stop. I don't want to talk to the news and become part of this story. And so if anybody is familiar with that site, they will understand when I say that there's a kind of a south entrance and then kind of a west entrance. So there's a way in and a way out. Anyway, we initially pulled up to the south entrance to the site, and lo and behold, there's a van there and people out walking around, and obviously what appears to be a news crew. So I'm like, stop the car. We don't want to be a part of this story. Let's not go up there. And at this point, my wife and I are somewhat bickering. She could care less if there's a news crew. She wants to see the side. I'm like, no, let's don't go. Anyway, we decide to turn around and leave the area. And so that's what we do. We head back south, and we're heading back to the house. And I look behind us, and the cars are shuffling, turning around as if they're going to leave. And so I say, okay, look, let's just turn around. Let's go. The news crew's leaving. Let's go back. Let's just check out the site and do what we came to do. And so as we approach the site, I can see the news crew is still there. They haven't leave. They're not apparently leaving right now. The cars are motionless. So I say, drive on through. Let's not stop. We're going to drive north for a bit, then turn around again and approach from the north, like the ladies had traveled that morning, and we'll at least get a chance to see the approach and how they may have been diverted from the road, and may perhaps devised a plan where they could have avoided such a outcome. And so, anyway, there was some confusion. Instead of going past the west entrance, my wife goes ahead and hangs a left into the west entrance. And so it's like, stop. Where are you going? There's a news crew there. We're not going to talk to them. So we're bickering again, maybe for 30 seconds, maybe for a minute. I don't know. And so eventually, again, we pull out of the west entrance and we're heading back home. Now we're bickering. And at the same time, the news crew pulls out behind us and they follow us out. So we're a little paranoid now. We're being followed by a news crew. And so, so far up the road, we turn left or right from the road. I don't want to say which direction. And the news crew continues on their path down the highway, and the incident is over. And lo and behold, the next morning we see all the talk about the big black truck and trying to pin them in and chasing them down the road and all this nonsense. And so, in the beginning, it was kind of humorous, but as it drug on, it became more apparent that they were trying to paint a more sinister picture of what actually happened, and in the process, maligning all black trucks in the area and causing much undue stress to the people who live here. So there is no black truck, for anybody listening, that chased these people or tried to pin them in or anything else. I am 100% convinced that the black truck was indeed the truck that I was in, and things just did not happen as they said. And that's the story, Rock, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, I mean, does anybody in chat have any questions? I'm going to unmute Sophie because I felt like there was a little bit of feedback going on there, and Sophie's on the panel, but I'll unmute her. I tried to tell your story, and I'm sorry I got the back part mixed up, but I do think it's important that your story gets out there because I know what you told me and I believed you 1,000%. But I appreciate you coming on here. Does anybody have any questions? Sophie, I'm going to unmute you, hon. Are you unmuted?
Thank you.
Okay.
I am unmuted. Thank you.
See
Is there
here.
still back something
No, you're
in
all
our?
right.
Okay.
It's a movement. Let's see your caller. I'm going to tell you a few things. I saw justice for the guy in the black truck. I'm so disappointed in News Nation. I'm going to read you some of the comments that was said. How eerie. Let's see here. Justice for the black truck. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing with us. This is hilarious. News Nation sucks. What a nice gentleman. I think that makes things quite clear. I come on Rock Chalk for the truth. Thank you, caller. We appreciate you. Also, their newest headline: Grandma is in custody case. Blah blah blah. I just want to make sure that there's plenty of people in here, and now you guys know. But you knew before that I wasn't lying about it. But somebody says I'm disappointed in News Nation. I've been in several channels tonight covering this case newly, and now everyone thinks they were for sure shot, and I find that to be a lie. Let's see here. Let's just make sure that let's see. Cindy Collins. No, it didn't. And this is the owner of the truck. Laura Ingle took what actually happened to something that was being a rock chalk. Listen, I had been chased by a black charger. Okay. And just so you know, caller, I'd been chased by a black charger. If you had been watching my channel, you knew it. It was just a bad deal. And they kind of took my situation that happened with me and exploited you in the process. So,
yes.
Yeah. That seems to be everything. It looks like I am so proud of you. and I'm sorry that you had to get on here. I know you're new to the area, and I was trying to make it right for you. Let's see here. Um, Ashley's gonna click. She Rock Shock. Please clip this call also and make it short. Ashley, you can show me how to do that. Maybe you could do it for me. We'll clip that and we'll make it a short, and we'll make sure that other channels that we are in good with, which is many, and we'll make sure that gets shared so that that don't
Absolutely.
make sure that that does not happen to anybody else, because I find this. I found myself, honestly, I told you this the other day. I went to now my mind's blank, Hugoton, to meet up with some people to get a laptop to borrow, and like 8 people came in. I was standing outside, and there were several black trucks that went by, and even myself was looking at black trucks. Oh my gosh, now I've got to look for this damn black truck that's following me. The grandma tonight of Wrangler, said something to me about a black truck, and she asked the neighbor about it. I said, "Hey, that whole News Nation thing, that was not true. That was not
Right.
true. The man had called me." So I appreciate you because you also proved my integrity. I don't know that I had to have it proved, but I want to thank you for coming on here and at least telling your story, because it seemed like no matter what I did, I wasn't being able to get it stopped. And many people saying, "Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. News Nation's type of reporting could get someone hurt." So, with that said, I know you don't want to stay on here very long. I totally appreciate you. And much love to you and your family. I'm sorry you had to go through that. And I hope this straightens it out, because the news will get around, and I'll make sure it gets around, especially now that I have your voice telling it, and we'll get it out there so that we can get that stopped, because I don't want that happening to somebody else either. And again, I'm
Exactly.
sorry that it happened to your family. And Sophie, did you want to say something, sweetheart?
I just wanted to tell him thank you. We really appreciate the fact that you took your time out of your evening to call us, because that was ridiculous. It was an absolutely ridiculous thing for them to say. Rock already knew. She'd already spoken with you. So I mean, like, thank you for legitimizing that. All the people in chat are happy that they got to hear that from you, because people are worried. Everybody gets so much more worried. It says News Nation. We assume it's the news. And then tonight they heard their family and friends might have been shot, and then all these ridiculous things, and that they were chased by you guys. And yeah, it's absolutely outrageous. And I really appreciate coming here.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate you both for having me on tonight. And we all appreciate what you guys are doing, and especially for the opportunity to get our local voices out there.
I'm going to continue to do it, and the team's going to continue to do it. I want to reemphasize, even with you on the phone, the only reason I left is because I wasn't getting any leads to where to go or what to do. And honestly, I was sick, and I needed to get home and get an antibiotic and get to feeling better. But I'll be back out there, and hopefully you see me. I drive a black K9 unit. I can't be missed. Most
Hmm.
people know who I am. Sir, if you ever come see me, if you see me driving, flag me down, because I would love to just shake your hand for standing up for your family, standing up for what's right, and making people know, because I know that people were running around really, really worried about the black truck. So thank you so very much, and I hope you have a great weekend.
We'll be looking for you, Rod. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Bye-bye.
hon. You have a good
Thank you.
morning now. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, that makes me so happy. See how
Well, it
easy
does
that was?
too.
Look how easy that would have been for the news people to like stop, and like they were so scared of the area that they just assumed that
Yeah.
something bad was happening to them.
And this guy, his family is not from the area. He was new to the area. And I'm just gonna throw this out there because he knows it to be true too. This is where me and another person had a falling out, because he called to talk to me, and when he called, the other person that was in the car started recording him. and I wasn't happy about it. This is that call I told you guys about.
Oh, oh,
And I
oh.
told him, I said, could you wait a minute? And I asked her, I said, what are you doing? And she said, well, I'm recording. We might need this for later. I said, no, I'm not cool with that. This man is talking to me, and you are not going to record anything. And she got